Welcome to the latest episode of Let Me Be Frank, with myself, Simon Houston, the man himself, the one and only Frank Machiavelli, and our guest today is, well, how can I describe him? He is a man who is single-handedly painting Hollywood green and white.
Yes.
Now, if you've seen a picture of an A-lister in a Celtic strip, the chances are he's standing next to this man here, Gianni Capaldi. Yeah. Gianni, how are you?
Oh, very well.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah. And thank you for wearing my stuff.
Of course.
Yeah. I've turned the tables on you.
Tony Cotty and your
Tony
man.
Cotty, myself,
yourself,
yeah.
That's a nice gift. Well done.
Nice.
Do you want it back?
No, I don't want it back. It's yours.
I'll not wash it. Don't worry.
Oh, that's great. Have you got an English team?
You know,
you have now.
I have now, aye. West Ham. Since I was born. I'm a West Ham fan all my life.
Yeah. Well, there's a few of us. I've got a wee soft spot for West Ham because of my friendship with the man next to me.
Yeah.
Well, a wee bit of a Spurs affiliation.
Oh, go in.
Oh, well.
Don't even talk about that.
No, it's just because my recently born grandson lives in London and his parents want him to become a Spurs fan. So I can't really get involved.
All the West Ham supposed to be turning off now. You said that. So.
Right, come on the Hammers.
It's ruined the show.
Yeah,
come on the Hammers. That's ruined already.
Bring somebody else.
It brings somebody else.
So you're in Glasgow at the moment. You've been in Scotland fairly recently as well.
Yeah, I was back for the Glasgow Derby, which obviously we won the league and the Player of the Year award. So it was good.
How was that? It looked incredible. I couldn't get to the Player of the Year awards. It looked incredible.
Fantastic.
The first time anyone's ever took over an arena like that.
The Hydro was sold out. So, but that's just the power of Celtic.
Yeah, of course.
The followers, it's just that massive enthusiasm for them, and also just seeing the youngsters as well coming through, and young Daniel Kelly winning an award,
brilliant,
sitting next to the greats, and it's just beautiful to see. Great future at Celtic.
Some of my friends were saying when the King came out, Henrik came out, the whole place erupted.
Yeah,
it's good, isn't it? It's nice,
fantastic.
He was a man.
He's sporting quite a Barnet as well.
I know. Yeah, I would I can introduce you to a good hairdresser, son. Get rid of that silver.
Yeah, no, it was, we went for dinner the night before as well, went into town the night before, and then I was a bit shocked with his hair as well. But
I know.
I could only compliment him.
I was going
last thing I'm going to do is
give him a hat. But I better not.
But what a legend. Fantastic.
Brilliant.
So do you get to, so you obviously live in the States, mainly,
yes.
Right? You're LA based.
Vegas now.
Vegas now, very nice.
Vegas now.
Big time difference. So when it comes to watching matches back in the States, set the alarm clock nice and early.
Yeah, I hate the 12:30 kickoffs.
Is that what time is that?
4:30
in the morning. My God, that's commitment. That is commitment.
You're too young.
You just stay up.
Well, I try and get away. Sometimes we have done that before.
Yeah.
Sometimes I used to meet Martin at the casino at like 1 a.m. Out for a couple of hours and back to watch the game.
Martin, of course, Martin Compson's a good pal of yours.
Exactly.
Do you have your own wee supporters club over there?
Yeah,
is there 2 or 3 members of it?
There's 3 or 4 of us.
Aye.
But just because of the times of the games, if it's not a derby or a cup final or semi or something like that, we just tend to watch it in the house ourselves.
Of course.
But,
there's no one over. There's no Celtic supporters club over in Vegas.
There used to be.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Aye, and then what happened? There was a guy called Tom Strain used to run it. But what happened was now with Celtic TV, people don't want to get their beds at 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, get dressed and leave, and you can't have a drink at that time anyway if you go to a bar. So,
Vegas, you can't have a drink.
Well, you can, but you can't drive.
I'll give you a couple of addresses. I know a couple of places you can go in Vegas.
No,
you might not still be there, right now.
Aye.
Frank was making the point before we started that along with yourself, Rod Stewart, probably the 2 guys that are spreading the Celtic message more than anyone else.
We were talking about it. We were discussing. I was saying between you and Rod, you're doing very well for the Celtic cause, aren't you?
Yeah. Try and spread the good
work.
Yeah,
spread it. I mean, everywhere Rod goes, you get the drums.
Yeah, fantastic.
He's got everything, so,
We had a few of his shows in Vegas.
Oh, good.
And sometimes he's got all the girls dressed by Celtic top as well.
I know.
Drums are a given, but, and then he'll play the whole Celtic anthem.
He's some boy, isn't
he? He's got this great affiliation. Like, he gravitates. When you by Celtic top, he'll gravitate. I remember last time we took the missus down, and and he stood there and he's like, Amanda, did I cheer you up? And gave her a big hug after the show, and we went behind. And so, Celtic, what do you think of this signing? What do you think of that? And there was like a queue of folk went to meet him and talk to him. And
just talk Celtic.
And he's like busy.
I know, right.
Busy mate.
I seen him at the Hydro, and I was telling Simon it was great. I came down and she's coming up. He had to go. He had to leave the private jet. He got out and he stands and I'm standing. There's a wee woman standing beside me. A wee one. And it's a Scottish saying, but it's this little lady standing beside me, and I could see Rod's face. He's looking at me and looking at her, and I thought he thinks I'm with her, and his face. And I says, no, I'm not with her.
Mine's over there.
He was so delighted. Poor wee woman wasn't saying anything. She was just standing there and she was getting credited with getting it with me, poor thing.
You've both been in Rod's company in the States as well, because you've got a great story about meeting Rod before the 1986 World Cup.
Yeah, before we went to the World Cup, we met him and he took us, well, I'm not going to tell us it, but he took us out, get cancelled already, but he took us out and took us to this restaurant, and myself, Souness, Charlie Nick, Ruffy and all that, and it was getting us these shots. We did a meal, and I'm going to be honest with you. It was a boys. It never happened. It's never happened again. But I'm sitting here, and the passageways behind me, right? Alan Ruff sitting there with Rod and Charlie and that, and they're laughing because the amount of beautiful women that are walking by just to get a glimpse at, or maybe get a chat or catch his eye. Well, I was like The Exorcist because I could see Ruffy's face, and I knew something. And I tried to get my neck turned round that much, and he was just laughing. He didn't even lift up. He's obviously like used to it,
Of course.
We're all boys compared to Rod when it comes to that,
He's had a few more classes than even you.
Yes, even me.
So it's a good build up to Mexico. Is that why you only get 16 minutes?
I was, I was barricading Fergie in his room, but we won't go there.
Still recovering for that one.
He's still recovered, yeah. It was listen, it was good to see Rod, and he took us out. And apparently he gave me and Charlie Nick and the boys the limo because he was going out and he wouldn't let us go because Fergie said no. And we got back in the limo. Apparently me and Charlie were out the sunroof. I can't remember because these shots that he gave us, Rod Specials or something it was called. Oh my God, honestly, I don't know what room I ended up in, but it wasn't mine.
No, that's a good story. But Gianni's story about how he first encountered Rod Stewart, I'm afraid to say is even better.
Go on, eh?
Do you want to pick up the tail?
So
the tail end?
Tail end. So I'm driving in Hollywood, and it's midday or something. It's 2:00 in the afternoon. Driving away, and next thing I feel, bang, back of the car, turn round, and like, that old Hamilton boy gets in the car, slams the door, up the door. The window comes down. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Sorry. I'm like, ah. He's like, fair enough. All dues. Gives me his driving license and exchange insurance details and that. And then gives me his name and all that. Sean Stewart. Like, no, right, okay. As I get that paid for, that's all right. Didn't matter. Down the road, got a phone call the next day, and it was a woman called Teresa Nipple at the time, and she's like, listen, I work for Mr. Stewart, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
You didn't work for that boy, I know that for sure. So everything gets sorted, everything was great, and then I got invited up to play football at their five-a-sides.
Loved that, didn't he?
On a Wednesday, and the big Celtic album.
This is at his own place?
At his house in the hills. So you got way up the hills, driving bends after bend, and then you come big security desk at the front and that, the barrier and all that let you in, and that beautiful house. And then that's how so I'd end up playing up there every Wednesday.
Fantastic.
So.
And did he know much about you at this particular point?
No.
Did he know who you were or anything like that?
His career just starting out, basically. So this was pre 2011, 2010, back then, 2000.
Literally just get bumped into.
Honestly, it was like meant to be,
Yeah, of course.
Because you're always looking for a good 5 or 6 at Celtic.
Well, he's
a lot younger, 15 years ago as well for myself. So
you're famous for obviously working with a lot of big names. You're a big name yourself, but you're famous for working. I'm going to rhyme off some of the folk that you have given a Celtic trip to in recent years, right? Ethan Peck, Ron Perlman, Danny Glover, Pierce Brosnan, Christopher Lambert, Dean Kane, Samuel L. Jackson, Michael Madsen, John Gotti. And that's just a fraction of the names I've got right in front of me. So do many of them, can you give us some of the anecdotes, do many of them know who Celtic are or any of them?
Absolutely. Do you have to pay for the jerseys or the Celtic gear?
Well, I used to have to pay for them.
You get it.
They're starting to up their game now. They're up their game now.
Of course they are.
Of course.
Up their game. Well, probably the person that really fell in love with the jersey was Pierce Brosnan.
Is that right?
I mean, Pierce was a young boy, grew up in a small was it, some wee town and village in Ireland, and he moved when he was 11 years old down to London. So he's always had this affinity for Ireland and anything Irish related.
Yeah.
So we started talking about the history of Celtic.
Brilliant.
He just fell in love with it. And like, so Pearce is a great artist, loves painting, and he was painting away. He's got all these paintings, his art exhibitions. And I walk in, we end up staying. I got a phone call from him one night, and he's like, right, spoke to the boys, you're coming to stay with us up at he's got these lodges, big lodges. I'm like, no, I'm finding a hotel. No, I'm taking no for an answer. So up I go. So I wake up one morning and he's painting away and that, and I'm like, what's he painting? He's painting a Celtic scarf, sitting over a chair. It was crazy. And he'd hung his top up, and sometimes he'd go to work and he'd kiss the top like that, go to work, and he goes, oh, Gianni. It's like, but it was really, you could tell.
But he bought into it.
Really bought into
it. And you obviously sold the story and the history pretty well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, why we were formed.
Yeah.
You know, 1967, obviously huge.
Yeah.
But I know he really, you know, and he's playing his famous Irish tunes for his, you know.
Lullabies. Is that what
am I right in saying as well, did you not have Brosnan 007 in the back?
Aye, we did.
Yeah. Nice touch.
Yeah.
Celtic charge you for that, for the 3 numbers?
No, they said that. I get the third number free.
Aye.
What's he charged for nothing?
Aye, because remember my boy wanted snow in the back of his top. Well, that's fine, that won't cost you very much.
I know, they said, what number do you want on it? And I was like, just stick 007 on it. But no, he loved it.
Brilliant.
Absolutely loved it. And he sent stuff for his boys as well, his 2 sons. So, he was really in it. Funny story.
Does he go back to Ireland now? Does he?
He does, he's really, I think they're looking at maybe possibly getting a place out there,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, a lot of them, like, you know, the Randy Coutures, like, they take into it, you know, they want to know more about Celtic.
Of course they do. Anyone that does that, they want to buy into it, and they'll look up and do the research and all that, like he's done with you.
So you play, obviously you said you were playing in Rod's place sort of once a week. Do you play football at 5-a-side much at the moment?
No, not at all. I don't really get much of a chance because they're always travelling. It's like finding something that's decent, that's no to it. And I don't want to get hurt. I mean, that's the last thing.
Because I was trying to picture a kind of Hollywood 5-a-side team. Who might the best 5 soccer players be?
Well, there used to be a team, and I played with them a couple of times, but I'm going back over 18 years probably, and it was Vinnie Jones.
Vinny's a good,
DJ.
You've been in a couple of projects with him.
Oh, we've done about 5
good boy, isn't he?
Aye.
Good lad, good golfer as well.
Aye.
Thinks he's golf.
DJ, Vinny and I were very tight at one point.
Yeah.
Very, very. And then when we moved away from LA, we moved to Vegas. We kind of, not that we lost touch in that, but kind of
he's off the booze and all that now. He's off everything. So I'm pleased for him because he was in a bad way when his missus died.
Tragically,
I know, it was
lovely.
A shame because she was everything to him.
Tanya was lovely.
You know, yeah.
He's living as a countrified gent, isn't he?
Yeah, he's down England now. I've not spoke to him for a bit. When he get him up, he want to play golf.
He got a Celtic top. Just didn't take a picture back then, but
no. But he did. I was going to ask about that because obviously you were tight with him.
Yeah.
There wasn't a picture of him, and I wondered whether anyone ever said no. But have you got a Rangers top?
No.
Never. There was. You would know who to give it to. You know, if they don't know Celtic, they're not going to know.
Yeah.
Rangers, are they?
Well, you'd be surprised. I'm sure there's a few.
I suppose there might be 1 or 2 hiding in the corner. Yeah.
Hiding in the dark.
Yeah.
Looking at the cracks. No, nobody's ever denied it.
So there's loads of big names on this list, but Samuel L. Jackson, and of course he was over in Scotland filming Damaged. Not many people will have seen Damaged yet.
Not yet.
No,
it got released in the US, and we're waiting for a date now for it to be released in the UK.
Right.
Where was that? Was that in Glasgow? Was it?
We shot
over
Edinburgh, Livy, and then Port of Glasgow.
Port of Glasgow, yeah.
Aye, down there was a couple
of Martin's place. Martin's doing a great on Port of Glasgow, innit?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently he gave him a Rangers top. So and he asked him for a photo. Just, I think he signed it for a charity. So.
Martin did.
No, Samuel.
Samuel.
Oh, Samuel. Right, okay.
So there was a picture in the press where he's holding the top up and he looks miserable when it's driving, so it's like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, some of the Rangers fans are like jubilous here and he's one of us. He's but you know, can I say that?
Aye, sorry, say what you want.
Aye, fuck Capaldi.
Aye. Yeah, say what you want. Frank's paying for the lawyers for,
That's
for this podcast.
Aye.
But then next thing, obviously, we got a proper Celtic tracksuit top and that. Do the photo with Sam, and he's loving it. Big smiles and all
I know.
that. It's a big comparison between
It's a big,
Yeah,
I mean, you
but,
put it up-
but again, but he must have said to you at some point, what is going on here? These two, with this rivalry, did they know much about it?
I told him, I said, well, you can't be taking, he says, you know, you can't take a picture of that.
No.
You didn't have a clue.
I love the idea of Samuel L. Jackson.
You know,
looking
it's a
out
big
for-
world out there, Simon, and people don't understand that.
Aye.
And, you know, they haven't got. I mean, try to explain to them.
They
they're
don't get it.
They don't get it.
No.
So he's walking around the streets of Port Glasgow and so on, and brilliant. I mean, that's
He
massive.
wasn't shooting in Port Glasgow.
No.
Sam was more Edinburgh and Livingston.
Right.
Bathgate. That's where we were shooting.
Yeah. Cool. And so that'll be out. People will be able to see that soon. And another project which you've been working on and filming in Montana, Unholy Trinity. Some pretty big names as well.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to seeing that.
Sam again.
Yeah.
Sam was in that again, and Pierce Brosnan again. So
Wow.
it was good. It was really good doing that. That's where I met Ethan.
I've seen clips of that somewhere. I've seen clips.
I've not seen clips of it. So
You know.
Aye.
Yeah,
I don't know what's that fire stick you've got, Frank, but
Yeah, it was like it's an impressive one. Once I got into the movies, it's sort of.
well, so I know. Talk to fire sticks.
Aye.
I keep getting messages going, I just watched that movie. Just watched the movie.
Aye.
And you always know
Not guilty,
who's
my
get-
lord.
Who's got a cheeky fire stick in the UK for watching Damaged?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'll get
Unholy Trinity is a western,
That's right.
and
Yeah.
can you tell us
Yeah.
about your character? You're
Yeah.
a cowboy.
Aye, we're all
Cowboy.
cowboys.
Aye, well, you
How
come from
did you
Hamilton, so
coming from Hamilton? How did you get on a horse?
Mate, honestly,
I didn't want to say how did you get on riding, but you know what I mean. On a horse, it's
riding horses is not my forte.
no, I couldn't imagine that.
Aye, so my first scene on the movie, first scene was first day of shooting, and it's with Pierce, and you know you're always like a bit nervous and that, you know. And my character is like his kind of arch enemy.
Yes.
There's a love-hate relationship between our characters, and so it's on horses. We're both on horses, so I'm on a horse. The camera's set up here. He's coming in his horse. My camera's there, and then you know I'm on this stupid horse, man. Honestly, he comes up, bit of dialogue, and my horse starts going to the side. I go to the side, and it's moving to the side, and his eye line's supposed to be down to the camera.
You can't change
And
it.
he's like, he's looking, it's like, and I'm there, and he's like halfway, he's trying to split the difference, and the horse keeps moving, and it's like, cut,
Yeah.
reset,
Oh, brilliant.
right? And I was like, I'm like, I'm so sorry about that, so sorry. He's like, don't worry, son, don't worry. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Just stay calm. You're all right, Gianni. You're all right. So back again on the horse. Next thing I know, the horse starts going the other way. And I'm honestly, and he's like, are you just trying to upstage me or something? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, that.
Honestly, but it was brilliant. It was brilliant. Aye. How could you tell? No, but it was brilliant. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And then
So you got lessons in that, I suppose.
Oh, aye, it was a week.
A week.
a week
Was
of
it?
lessons.
My God, then you go in the film.
And then there was one time that the horse, the stunt guy's holding the horse and the horse had to just break it and kind of gallop thing,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, he's like, don't worry, we've got it. And it was just me and 20 guys around, and like I'm leading a stampede. We're going to take the town. Let's go, right? And next thing I know, this horse goes, and the guys let go of it. And this thing, I'm like, whoa! And the horse tries to buck me, and I'm bouncing about, just trying to grab, and they're chasing this horse to try and put the thing down. And I was like, that's it, I'm off. No more horses. I'm done. I'm done.
with westerns.
But you know, McAvoy won't go on a horse.
No,
James won't go on a horse. I heard.
you would be good as a western, ain't you?
I
Back in the day, there's a lot of movies.
some folk won't go
I
on
like
horses.
that. I'm a big western fan. I love the westerns.
Aye.
yeah.
Love that.
You must have been in the Western in Glasgow a few nights after.
West End. He's gone out the West End.
West End, aye. Two West Ends was my place, yeah.
Before we go on, just a reminder to everybody, if you're enjoying the podcast, you know what to do, Frank. What's the message? What's the call to action?
Let's be frank, hit the subscribe.
Hit the subscribe and the follow button.
Follow button,
Hashtag let me be frank. And we've talked a bit about
I will get it right sometime.
Celtic, but the man's sitting in a hammer's top as
Yeah.
well. So big
I just thought I'd reword because it's, you know, he keeps giving Celtic tops to people, so I just thought
And signed by your man.
my other.
But you're not giving that away though, surely, unless you
giving
can
it.
get
Giving it. I've got them. Let's
In
give
the
him that.
contract.
I got Tony. So I got Tony who's going to come on.
Ask for Tony Cotty in the contract.
Aye, I
That's
got
the bonus.
Tony.
I think you don't look not dissimilar to Tony Cotty with the Barnett and all that, you know. Yeah, aye.
He's losing us at the moment, but no, we're
So big year for West Ham in the year gone by as well, and
yeah.
I think
It's all changed. It's all
new
changed.
manager.
Now. It's all changed now. So only time will tell if that's going to work. Mm-hmm. But but
You still
it's a great club.
You're down there quite a lot, aren't you?
Yeah, I love it down there. I just love London. I love everything about it. And the West Ham fans took to me when I went down there. You know what it's like, London. It's a horrible place if you're on your own. And I had to take someone with me. So, but then I started getting to know people. You know, and once I slowed down my speech.
London's never been the same since you've moved down.
No, it's not. It's gone to the
war
dogs
zone now.
It's gone to the dogs now since I left. So it's, but it's good. I loved that. I got on with all the Peter Stringfellows and that. I loved all these guys. They've got some stories to tell.
Is it still Soho? It was a big place back then.
You know, so the Groucho Club and all that was great. You still go there?
I've only when I'm in London. But
It's a good place. But Stringfellows, Peter used to walk about with a glass of champagne, but it was water.
Aye.
He was a businessman, you know. You never really. You just sell me a glass all the time. I'm thinking, very clever.
aye.
But it was good getting my big superstar was Jack Nicholson.
Oh wow!
Introduced me to him. I'm like that. My God, that was the biggest shock. And
You get up to the Hammers game?
I know. I had to ask him a question. I got one question. I had to ask him, and I was asking him if it's true that he bought a house because he lives at the end of the cul-de-sac with Angelica Houston. That's his wife, innit?
Right.
Don't know if they're still together, but it was way back in the days. And I says, someone told me you built another one at the end of the cul-de-sac for her. And he says, oh yeah. I says, how did you get away with it? He says, well, I love her, but I couldn't live with her. Now, that's a superstar for you. That's a proper superstar. So
Don't try that at home.
Don't try that.
Don't try that at home.
Yeah, it's a secret of good marriage, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be making his own dinners after that.
Yes, I think so, yeah. I don't think he'll have to worry about that.
That's what our food's for, though.
Yeah, so it was good. That was a good one. So, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Now, another big part of your past, I don't know if you've got any Paisley connections, Gianni, no?
I think so.
St Mirren. We need to talk about them, St Mirren, next season, potentially in Europe as well.
Well, yeah, I think you know, that's you come up here and St Mirren used to get Europe all the time when I played for them. You know, when I was there, we used to get, we got Europe all the time. My first game in Europe was against Feyenoord, and I was in midfield, playing directly against the wonderful Johan Cruyff.
There's a photograph of you playing next to you.
He was trying to get the ball off me.
Cruyff's trying to take the ball off you and you're like, and I'm in it, son.
If I'd known it was him, I'd have given it.
Aye.
But he's behind me and I just turned away from him, you know, gave him one of them, you know, so it was great just to be that, you know, play.
Who was that with, St Mirren?
St Mirren against Feyenoord.
Ruud Hullet was on the pitch as well.
Ruud Hullet and Rijkaard.
Rijkaard,
Obviously one man of the match.
Over there. Didn't get it at Love Street. We could beat 1-0. I got man of the match over there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Really?
Cruyff gave me a man of the match and he gave me a jersey. Because I kept saying, for 2 games, I kept asking him for a jersey. He never even listened. He wasn't talking to me. Then he gave me the jersey. And, you know, and I remember getting home and my missus was wearing it and I thought, this is the closest I've got to this jersey in 2 games. I didn't know about kicker or cuddler. So,
he was quite a man, was he not? Was he on about 40 a day in those days as well?
It was incredible. But he was coming to the end of his career and honestly, I couldn't catch him. And I was quick. I was very quick. It was with the ball at his feet, he was the quickest player I've seen. You know, and I've seen a lot of them, but he was very quick with the ball at his feet.
I mean, there was so many great Dutch players that came out after him, though. I mean, he just
he changed football, didn't he? Really, it was him and
Gullit, Van Basten. Yeah, it was just so many of them. Rijkaard.
Well, Pep says that Cruyff changed everything. That was his mentor, wasn't it? Guardiola, and he says it changed everything in football. Right. The way people thought about football. Yeah. I think it's too. I don't know what you guys think, but it's just football's supposed to go out and enjoy it. You know, there's so much technical stuff now, and I don't know if I could have done that. I'd be going, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
If the manager started to tell me where to run, you know, I go, what? But you've got to change it when you're on the pitch. You've got to adjust and do it your own.
It's all about keeping possession though now, isn't it? You know,
possession, stats is everything now, isn't it?
But it's all about also as well as, like, you know, if your right wing back moves forward, your left wing back's got to stay back, and it's quite a technical, complicated kind of game now.
It's intelligent, boys. I couldn't have played him.
Because you've got, is he moving forward? Oh no, hang on. I got you back here now. No?
Yeah, it just comes natural. Somebody goes in the overlap. I used to say to you, because when at Celtic, I used to come back into midfield if we were getting overrun in midfield. I'd just come in until we get control of it again, then I'd go back. It was
That's
just
your
something
natural instinct, isn't it?
Just the team does it, Big Roy, then Alvin Martin at West Ham, you just come back in. And it helped because I played 4 years in midfield. So it helped the teams, both teams.
Kyogo was a midfielder as well, was he not?
Did they play?
So I think Kyogo's played.
I love the fact.
If I'm wrong, I apologise to all the experts here. I'm sure he has played in the midfield, definitely. You can tell he likes to drop deep as well.
He likes to leave his foot in as well. I like that because he always says apologising, doesn't he, bro? And he gives sorry, picks them up.
Honestly, I feel sorry. See when
I feel sorry for him. I think the guy that he kicked feels sorry for him as well.
See when a ref books Kyogo, you kind of feel sorry.
I know.
You probably go home and
want to cry.
No eat for a week, just his nation's upset with him.
I know, he's not even a young boy anymore. How old is he?
Well, Kyogo must be pushing 30.
My God.
When they signed him, so he's been, 4 years?
3 years.
Oh, I think that's maybe longer. So he had 2 years.
No, it was Andy Brockman.
Aye, that's
3 years. It was Andy Brockman.
Well, beginning of year 4.
They just don't look like they've got a bad bone in their body.
No.
Do you know what I mean? And everybody's just so kind. And
I know. I was loving. I seen a clip from when you were at a while ago for the awards in Maeda. He was saying about. He says there must have some good sense of humour. He says Matt Riley for his player of the year.
Yeah.
He says because he's just so good looking. Maeda. Everyone's like, really?
Yeah. Back to the man of the hour, the man who's in the studio, Gianni Capaldi. Gianni, you played a bit of football yourself in your younger days.
I I used to knock the ball about a bit myself.
Motherwell?
Yes.
15?
Yeah.
Were you on S forms, as if it's called at the time?
Was back. Was it not the
YTS
back then?
YTS, was it?
YTS, yeah, no. I left when I was 18 and a half, 19, so up to 18s.
What position were you?
Right wing.
Excellent.
Right wing. Remember Tan Forsyth?
Yes.
Yeah, that's who.
Oh yeah, I've still got a study has in the back of my leg.
Yeah, right. But Tam used to shout, "Go on, Gianni, go on!" I still remember him, but good days. Good days.
So, without giving your age away, so that would have been back then, I'm guessing, in kind of 2010.
Yeah.
Did I read somewhere that you got injured?
I did. Aye. It's a long story.
Is that why you went into the acting business because of that? Did you have a chance? Being realistic,
I mean,
making it
at the time, I already had a chance. You know, you're there, so. But I fell through a glass roof, believe it or not, when I was in Spain.
Seriously?
Aye.
Wow. Sangria's 2 in the afternoon. You can't take it.
I was only. I was saying I think it was only 14, 15 at the time.
And
15. Aye. The sangria was delicious.
So it was an accident. It wasn't unidentified drinking injury.
Swear to God, I was at a swimming pool and there was a couple of wee boys playing my ball on over a wall. Oh. And one of the wee boys was crying and I tried to do the right thing, climbed up over this wall, started walking, didn't realise I walked on glass, it was just all dirty, grey, and next thing I know, I'm holding myself and my leg got shattered. But right through the bone, completely through, tendons a lot.
Wow, you're joking, that's horrific.
It was about a 2 years process to get better. And then you come back and...
Of course you do, but you're not saying...
Every time you get battered, it would swell up.
Well, I know,
that was
not the same.
No.
Can I cut your holiday short as well?
So is that how you...
Via helicopter?
Yeah. Is that you? Is that why you went into... Or did you always fancy being...
No, football was first.
Yeah.
Football was first at the time, aye. And then...
So how did it come about then?
You know, as entertainment's been in my family, so my dad was a singer and Jimmy Logan and all that. It was all related to that.
Yeah, I was going to ask, and there's a distant connection with some other famous Capaldis.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, my dad's, I think it's like second cousins or third cousins or something like that. But the other Capaldis are kind of related. Yeah. But yeah, so it was either go to London or go to LA, and I says I'll check out LA, and then between the palm trees, the sun, and falling in love every street corner you reached. You know what I mean?
Brilliant.
It was just, I was like, LA is. So, and I went to school there.
So you went to you went acting school?
Drama school there.
Drama school, yeah. And that was quite a famous one as well, was it not?
Stella Adler.
Stella Adler, yeah.
Good.
There for 3 years.
But you weren't young, you were 19.
No, I was deep. deep in the 20s.
Were you?
Aye. Probably late 20s it was back then.
So about life in Vegas now. I mean, how are the? I'm interested to know how are the potholes. Are the roads okay?
Roads are beautiful out
Oh, my heart bleeds.
no traffic. Sun and palm trees all the way down them.
And we've got ducks in the potholes. When it rains.
I know. I think I left a wheel around the corner.
Oh, it's torture in the moment. It's torture. In the moment.
But thanks for fixing the wheel.
Frank will sort that out.
Yeah, no worries. I'll get that sorted.
And things. What about? Do you put your own bins out? You know.
Do you know what? That is one of the tasks I do have to do.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. Anywhere in the world.
The missus refused to.
What I do love as well is that I also read your good lady Amanda. She was a cheerleader when you
was, yeah. San Diego Chargers.
Aye. So when you put the bins out, is she standing there with the
give me a G, give me an I.
Yeah, she's going to love you for this.
So do you mind? How did you meet? Was it professional at a sports game or something, or did you just?
No, she wasn't cheerleading anymore when I met her. But I walked into a bar restaurant thing in LA, and I walked in with a girl, and I just finished shooting a movie with Vinny at the time. It was called Hard Rush, Ambushed. And the director called me and goes, "Oh, I'm leaving town. Can you please take my girl out? You know, she's in the house herself." And I'm like, bit weird, but okay. Boy for Hamilton, you're calling up. No, bad idea. Bad idea. So, no, I take it out, and they set us right next to this table, and there was a couple of girls, and one of them was the missus, and a couple of guys. So we just all started chatting, and that was it.
Brilliant. And romance blossomed. So you got married a few years ago, and a couple of well-known best men as well. You had a former Chelsea superstar too.
Aye, Mario Melchior.
Remember that?
I remember.
He was he came a wee bit after your playing career. Aye.
Good player.
Aye, good player. A Dutch boy, but
and you met him. I think you met him through Vinnie Jones. Or you're both on a Vinnie Jones film.
Vinnie. So I was at Vinnie Jones's house, and I'd go up to VJ's every Friday. That was a routine, and he'd have a poker game, and we all had drinks up there. It was brilliant. Him and Tan at the time, God bless her. And it was this great wee crowd, and Mario was there, and VJ's like, Gianni, meet Mario, and he's like, hello, and he's like, Mario wants to be in the movie, can you let's stick him in. So there was one scene, and I spoke to the director. I was like, and we worked with the director 3 times at this point. I'm like, any chance he could just give him a walk-on part or something? So right enough, he comes in, and I was like, what are you doing? He says, well, when you grab him, get a knife and cut him in his face. So this is Mario Melchior's acting debut. He basically gets a Chelsea smile. That's what it is.
Yeah, brilliant.
And he rips it, and that was it. And that was him. He was all happy about it.
Happy.
Aye, we became good pals.
Start to finish of his career.
That was the finish of his career. Aye, it was done. And his missus became pals with my missus at the time, and then we kind of hang out a lot. But having him as my best man, and Compson as my other best man. Honestly, you've got little and large. I know, right? I know. Complete polar opposites. He doesn't drink. Obviously, say no more.
I've got a vested interest in this, and my other line is I do weddings as a celebrant. I was telling you beforehand. Yeah. So if you get 2 best men, which one of them gets to hand the rings over?
So Martin was filming the next morning, so in Belfast at the time. So we get married in Scotland, and he's like, right, the latest flight is such and such, so I'll do a speech before the meals, and then he had to leave like during the meals to quickly get this plane. And I remember, I think it was the day that Motherwell beat Rangers for the playoff. All right. They came back in the Premier League. Yeah. So it was jubilant raw. Yeah. But so he did the one before, and then Mario did the one after. Yeah. So that's how they did
the dual role. And that was about 2015, I think it was.
That's right. Yeah. Thanks for keeping me right.
We like to do research, and let me be frank.
Yes.
And another reminder, everybody, what's the call to action?
Yeah.
What do we want to read?
Let's be frank.
Hashtag let's be frank. Aye.
Hashtag.
Subscribe. Follow.
Like and
Gianni's already said he's going to all his list of friends to push it and share.
Let's be frank. Let's be frank.
I've been in movies, 2 movies.
Have you? Which ones?
Green Street.
Oh.
I was in Green Street.
The West Ham?
Yeah, I was in Green Street, and I was in Cass, the Cass Pennant film.
Right.
Yeah.
I was watching.
You did better than Mario.
Yeah, see, I've got 2. I never get slashed. I hit somebody with a knife. I've done somebody with a knife. That was great.
They knew your strength.
Guy says, you're too good at this. I was like, yeah, from Alton.
Footballers turned actors. There's been a few of them.
It was good fun. It was just,
Martin
just
Coulson
one day, and that was it. I enjoyed it. I really did, but it's not for me. It's too much. Too much.
I was watching a clip recently.
Ray Winston said I've always been acting all my life.
You said goal celebrations. Actually, that's a good point. Did you ever
No.
Never plan one in advance?
No.
You know, fair injury ever? To get someone sent off?
No, I feigned injury to get off at New Year sometimes. Come back home.
You just got a booking for that?
Come back.
I always like the games just before the Christmas period when you can tell a player wants to get booked.
Everybody wants to get booked.
They're all and the referees are wise to it. So you see folks sliding in and the ref's like, oh come on ref, surely.
Surely.
I mean, that was a shocker.
It's a red.
I used to feign an injury so I could get up the road because that was, they were used to the cards.
Yeah.
And the wee physio down at West Ham, you could give him a bottle of whiskey and he'll say, yeah, he's injured.
Aye, okay, well, yes. There are other...
Cheers, Rob.
Maybe run that one by the lawyers.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's all in good spirit.
All in good spirit.
Footballers turned actors. I was watching recently, so we lost the great Bernard Hill, who was in Boys in the Black Stuff and played the Oscar Hughes.
Yes.
And there's a great scene with him and Graham Souness as well. Did you watch that?
Brilliant.
Which was...
I used to watch that programme all the time. It was funny.
Yeah. That's a long time ago now.
Long time, yeah. I was a boy.
Back in the 1980s.
Yeah.
So what's next for you, Gianni? When you how long are you in Scotland for, and what's the next project? You get anything lined up at the moment?
Yeah, a couple of things lined up for the end of the year, but I've got this. I think I've got till September off, so just don't know what I can talk about right now. But
fair enough. No, that's fine.
The Holy Trinity will come out, I believe, at the start of 2025, the Western, and then just wait for a date for the UK release for Damaged.
So you get summer holiday plans?
Yeah, off to Italy.
Yeah.
Off to Italy. Yeah, we bought a wee house down there, so down in Puglia, so taking the family down there.
Yeah. And
sunshine.
You get the Euros as well coming up too.
Of course. Of course, we'll be glued to the telly.
Looking forward to that. What's it like over there? Do you buy season tickets for the shows or not? Because Shania Twain's over there now doing a residency, isn't she? I'm a big fan of hers.
I've no went to Shania Twain. No.
Because Rod done it for years.
Yeah.
He's done it a couple of times, hasn't he?
I think it was Rod just finished up.
Just finished,
just recently, aye.
There's a few of them, isn't there? There's a few.
I think we went down to Rod maybe 3 times down in Vegas. But yeah, no, that's a good thing about Vegas is you know, we don't live anywhere near the Strip.
All right, okay.
We're about 25 minutes away from the Strip, because that would drive you insane.
Oh, of course it would.
But the good thing is you know, if you want to go to a boxing match or you know, UFC fight or something, or a great... Aye, just down the street. So, you know, it's right there.
How long were you in Vegas for? Have you been in Vegas for? Is that fairly
2018.
Recent? Right.
2018 we moved.
Because there's a Celtic superstar, Celtic legend who went over to Vegas and made a proper name for himself in poker playing and so on.
Wasn't this guy, was it?
No, it wasn't Frank. No. Do you know who I'm talking about? Thomas Gravison.
Yes, Thomas Gravison.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I was just wondering, you ever bumped into him at all in your travels? No?
Haven't. No.
I've done it. I bumped into him. I've done another podcast. I met up with him and he was... and I've seen him, how long you been doing the poker, and he stared at me and said, never play poker. I said, no wonder you won a lot.
Was it his actual poker face, or was it genuine?
He just looked, oh, never.
What was it?
Some boy is.
Was it a Thomas Gravison cutout of his missus, or was it him again? Someone's was like
cutout.
It was a football game or something, and they were holding up the. was it a cutout of his missus or him? I'm trying to remember.
Probably
something weird. Just when you said that, I'm trying to remember.
He was but the boys were telling some stories about him when he went to Celtic and he fell out with Gordon and he went to Dublin, he went to Ireland or something. They were playing a game, but he took them all to, and Willie McStay's tried to get them all to training. And he's going, no, he booked the cinema to go and see this. And he's got all the boys sitting, and he's down the front. He's got a big thing with a big Coke, Diet Coke.
Yeah.
The big thing of popcorn on it. And he's telling the guy, he's telling him what to shut up and hit him with popcorn. And Willie's going, we've got to train. He's going, no, we watch him. Crazy.
You wouldn't argue with him, right?
No, you wouldn't argue with him.
I'm sure you can hear that whole story on another rival podcast, but we'll just let it go.
Thomas, a wonderful guy. I was chatting to him, he was great. gave all the money to different things when he comes over here to the Celtic charity. Do you know that?
foundation?
Yeah, any payment he got of anything coming over here. It's good.
Goes to show.
It's good. They do need it, so that's good.
So we're on the clock. We're running out of time. We're going to have to wrap it up fairly soon, but. They're absolutely brilliant having you.
I know.
And now you are one of the biggest West Ham supporters in Hollywood as well.
As I said, I'm never washing this again with your signature on it.
Brilliant.
You know what I mean? So
Suits you actually.
Thank you.
Colour, it's like that's you. See?
I love watching the clips of Frank scoring goals because I remember what football stadiums used to be like with terraces and things like that.
The pitches used to be like.
Aye, the pitches, the big muddy pitches, and one or two crackers in that West Ham top. There's a great goal you scored at Old Trafford, the volley.
I scored there all the time, didn't I?
Did you score a few at Old Trafford?
I scored a few, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I scored my debut. I scored 2.
Yeah.
oh, fantastic.
Beat them 3-2.
Brilliant.
Thanks very much.
I think you scored right in your very last game as well. Did you not come on at half time or something?
1.5 times and finished at Upton Park. Come on at half time, scored a hat trick. What a great way to leave.
I mean, that's Hollywood stuff.
That's Hollywood. They should make a movie.
If you're looking for a project, there it is.
See, my first game scored 2. My last game scored 3. There you go.
Maybe you could get the boots back on.
Well, some of them, I know, some of the players nowadays, yeah, I'd love to run by them.
And with his acting career, he's don't have to cast anyone else.
My price might be too high.
Well, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure, Gianni. It really has. Thanks for taking the time to come into the studio and chat.
I really appreciate it.
We have really brilliant memories, with Frank, and then some great anecdotes from yourself. So, listen, thanks again, and we'll no doubt,
Fantastic.
hopefully, have you back on.
Aye. Let me be frank.
Yeah, maybe Frank, yes.
Aye, out for this.
Cheers, Gianni. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All the best. Thanks.